So that happened. Hey fellow bookworms. So I'm back after my month-long hiatus from BookTube. I apologize. I don't have any good excuses. The weather's warm and it's nice outside, so I've been kind of playing zombies in the backyard with my boys and not reading books like I'm supposed to be doing. Whoops. I do, however, feel slightly justified knowing that I am not alone in the book slump, because every good reader has those moments where nothing sounds good. I have hundreds of books I could reread that I love. I have hundreds of books that I could read that I haven't read that I know I will love. But right now, I'm just not feeling it. So I have done a lot of stuff around the house. I've done a lot of stuff with my kids. But I am really in need of a good book. So what better place to turn to than BookTube? The main reason I have not filmed any videos is because I don't have a whole lot to share with you guys. I haven't read that many books. I'm on a book buying ban, so I haven't bought any books. And there's just nothing too great about my life that I felt needed to be shared. So I am going to open up my next few books to you guys. You all have seen my January TBR and my March TBR, and I figured I would let everybody kind of pitch in on what books out of my collection that I have shared with you guys should I read next. So help girl out, because we can't rely on this one to get it together. Let me know what you guys think. Go ahead and leave a comment down below and tell me what book I should grab next. I know that's exceptionally lazy, but it is what it is, and I'm gonna just go with that. Moving on. Since this is a rather short video, I am just going to share with you the 3 books that I did read in March. And March was brought to you by ebooks because that's all I read. The first book I'm going to share with you guys is The Deal by Elle Kennedy. And oh my god, y'all, look at this orange. What is that? That's crazy orange. Pale white. Oompa Loompa. Ghosty face. This sucks. I've got to get a new camera. Moving on. I gave this book 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was good. I really enjoyed reading it. It was a really quick read. Now, it wasn't anything I haven't already read before, but I did like it. It is about Hannah and Garrett, the bad boy hockey player with daddy issues, and Hannah, the girl who kind of fumbles through words when she is trying to talk to her crush. So with bad boy Garrett and his grades dropping, she kind of comes to his rescue per his nagging requests. And what do you know? Something happens. So it was really fun, very cute. I did enjoy it and would recommend this to anybody looking for a good love story with a good ending. So yeah, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Yay. The next book I am about to share with you is the only book I read from my TBR list, and it just so happens to be from January. I get underachiever points for that, right? Yes? I hope so, because it would be nice to get points for something. Even if it is sucking and reading. Oh well. I read The Fifth Wave by Ricky and C. I loved it. It's great. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. This is wonderful. I'm a pretty tough critic on post-apocalyptic books, but this one met my quota. It's great. It has a lot of action. It is about a girl named Cassie and her struggle to fight the fifth wave. Yeah? Don't you like that description? Told you a lot, didn't it? I should do this more often. Cassie is going to top my list of favorite ladies because she is awesome. She is a one tough cookie. She loses everything in this book. It's heartbreaking what she loses and what she faces, and she still looks death in the face and says, "Bring it." And I love it. She's great. And I was caught, I think it was 3 times when I was just kind of sitting here reading this and putting my book down or my Kindle and saying, "What? Wow." So it's great. That's my review. I don't really want to give away a whole lot of spoilers, and it's very hard because there's a lot of things that happen in this book that would completely give away information if I shared. So 5 out of 5 stars, read it, it's wonderful. Before I share my last book with you guys, I'm going to take a few 500 seconds and confess my huge lady crush on one of my all-time favorite authors, and that is Colleen Hoover, because that woman, oh my gosh, she's amazing. I went to meet her, I went to be her, and then I went to hug her, and then just cry uncontrollably because of all the emotions that she makes me feel with her books. She takes my emotions and she puts them into this proverbial blender here, and then she's like, grind to pulp. Yeah. So then I take my emotions from my blender and then I just pour them into this cup here. And then I sip on this cup and I contemplate life for 3 weeks. And then I wake up from my book coma and then I can't find any books that I want to read because nothing can compare. So I blame her for my reading slump currently. And I'm just going to move right on into the book that I read. Confess. Yeah. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. It was wonderful. This is one of my all-time favorite books, not just by Colleen Hoover, but just in general. It was wonderful and heart-wrenching and just, again, sucking down my emotional smoothie. This book starts with a 15-year-old Auburn who is going through something I wouldn't even wish on Voldemort himself. Well, just go away there, why don't you? Just rude. Fast forward to a 21-year-old Auburn who is kind of struggling to make ends meet down in the good old Texas. And cue sexy artist Owen. Owen is full of secrets and surprises. And he is also the hunky owner of a gallery where he takes confessions that people leave at the door of his studio. And we're talking confessions. Like, they rip your soul apart. And then he is inspired and he paints and loses himself. And then about, I think it was once a month, he sells his paintings, or the ones that he wants to sell. So again, with our secrets here, these secrets remain throughout the entirety of this book. And I'm just sitting here drinking my smoothie at the end of the book, and I'm like, oh my god, she never knows. Does he tell her? Like, WTH. I dare you to read this book and try to guess all the plot twists, because you won't be able to do it. I couldn't. I was completely awestruck by the going-ons of this book. I was never able to guess them, so it kept me on my toes the entire time. There is a struggle between the two characters, between Owen and Auburn, and you just don't feel like they're going to be able to pull it off. So they have these heart-wrenching goodbyes, and I know I've used the word heart-wrenching multiple times, but that is just the best way to describe it. They say goodbye in ways that make me feel like I'm losing the love of my life. And he's in bed sleeping beside me while I'm reading my book. So I recommend this book for everybody. Everybody should read this book. It is wonderful. And if you haven't heard of Colleen Hoover, where'd you come from? Yeah, so those are the books that I read in March. And again, I did not read a lot, but I am happy with the books that I read. I feel like it was a decent reading month. I wasn't let down by any of the books that I chose. I just want to catch up to my reading goal and also read the books that I have vowed to read. Still have not finished a book that I started in January. I'm halfway through, have been halfway through it for 3 to 4 months now, but it's okay because I got this. I can do it. I think. So yay, that's it for today. I'm going to quit talking. I will see you guys hopefully in a week or two and not a month, but I make no promises. I hope everybody is well and happy reading. Bye.